Uh, Class 11th Geography NCERT Chapter 7 Landforms and their Evolution. After withering processes have had their actions on the Earth's material, making up the surface of the Earth, the geomorphic agents like running water, groundwater, winds, glaciers, wave perform erosion due to changes in climatic condition and vertical or horizontal movements of land masses. Either the intensity of processes or the processes themselves might change, leading to new modifications in the landforms. A landmass passes through stages of development somewhat comparable to the stages of life: youth, mature and old ages. Mature and old ages. Changes on the surface of the earth owe mostly to erosion by various geomorphic agents. Of course, the process of deposition too, by covering the land surfaces and filling the basins, valleys, or depressions, bring changes in the surface of the land. The geomorphic agents action the geomorphic agents acting over long period of time produce systematic changes leading to sequential development of landforms. Each geomorphic agent produces its own assemblies of landforms. Many varieties of landforms develops by a action Many varieties of landforms develop by the action of each of the geomorphic agents, depending upon especially the type and structure, that is faults, joints, fractures and hardness and softness, permeability and impermeability, etc. In humid regions which receive heavy rainfall, running water is considered the most important of the geomorphic agents in bringing about the degradation of the land surface. The gentler the river channels in gradient or slope, the greater is the deposition. Streams are few during youth stage with poor integration and flow over original slopes, showing shallow V-shaped valleys with no flood plains, or with very narrow flood plains along trunk streams. Stream divides are broad and flat with marshes, swamp and lakes. During mature stages, streams are plenty with good integration. The flat and broad interstream areas and swamps and marshes of youth disappear, and the stream divides turn sharp. Waterfalls and rapids disappear. Smaller tributaries during old age meander freely over vast flood plains, showing natural leaves, oxbow lakes, etc. Any limestone or dolomitic region showing typical landforms produced by the action of groundwater through the process of solution and deposition is called karst topography. After the typical topography developed in lime water After the typical topography developed in limestone rocks of karst region in the Balkans adjacent to Adriatic Sea. Drump lines are smooth oval shaped ridged like features composed mainly of glaciers till with some masses of gravel and sand. The long axis of Dump lines are parallel to the direction of ice movements. They may measure up to 1 kilometer in length and 30 meter or so in height. A glacier in its valley is slow unlike water flow. The movement could be a few centimeters to a few meters a day or even less or more. Glaciers move basically because of the force of the gravity. We have many glaciers in our country moving down the slopes and valley in Himalayas, higher reaches of Uttaranchal, Himalaya, Himachal Pradesh or Jammu and Kashmir are places to see some of them. The highest peak in the Alps, Matterhorn, and the highest peak in the Himalayas, Everest, are in fact horns formed through headward erosion of radiating cirques. Erosional forms dominate in the west coast. The east coast of India is a low sedimentary coast. Depositional forms dominate in the east coast. Heading important terms. First point, landforms. In simple words, small to medium tracts or parcels of the earth's surface are called landforms. Next, landscape. Several related landforms together make up landscape. Next, geomorphology. Geomorphology deals with the reconstruction of the history of the surface of the earth through a study of its forms, the materials of which is made up of, and the processes that shape it. Next, outwash deposits. Some amount of rock debris small enough to be carried by such meltwater stream is washed down and deposited. Such glaciofluvial deposits are called outwash deposits. Next, gorge. A gorge is a deep valley with very steep to straight slides to straight sides. Canyon. A canyon is characterized by steep step-like side slope side slopes and may be as deep as gorge. Delta plain. The flood plain in a delta are called delta plain. Next, potholes. Over the rocky beds of hills. Over the rocky beds of hill streams, more or less circular depressions are formed because of stream erosion aided by the abrasion of rock fragments. They are called potholes. Next, plunge pools. A series of such depressions eventually join and the stream valley deepened get deepened at the foot of waterfalls. Also, large potholes quite deep and wide form because of the sheer impact of water and rotation of boulders. Such large and deep holes at the base of waterfalls are called plunge pools. Plunge pools at the foot of waterfalls, also large potholes quite deep and wide, form because of sheer impact of water and rotation of boulders. Such large and deep holes at the base of waterfalls are called plunge pools. Next is inside and entrenched meanders. Very deep and wide meanders can also be found cut in hard rocks. Such meanders are called incised or entrenched meanders. Next, karst topography. Any limestone or Dolomitic region, showing typical landforms produced by the action of groundwater through the processes of solution and deposition, is called karst topography. Paired terraces, the river terraces the river terrace may occur at the same elevation on either side of the river or either side of the rivers. These are called paired terraces. Next, unpaired terraces. When a terrace is present only on one side of the stream and none on the other side, or one at quite a different elevation on the other side, the terraces are called unpaired terrace. Next, glacial till. The unassorted coarse and fine debris dropped by the melting glaciers is called glacial till. Next, ground moraines. Many valleys, glaciers retreating rapidly, leave an irregular sheet of till over their valley floors. Such deposits, varying greatly in thickness and in surface topography, are called moraines. Next, medial moraines. The moraines in the center of glacial valley flanked by lateral moraines is called medial moraine. Next, barrier bars. Bars are barrier bars. Bars are submerged features, and when bars show up above water, they are called barrier bars. Next, spit. Barrier bar which get keyed up to the headland of a bay is called a spit. Next, sea stacks. Retreat of the clit may leave some remnants of rocks standing isolated as small islands just off the shore. Such resistant masses of rock, originally parts of a cliff or hill, are called sit stacks. Next, wave cut terrace. At the foot of such cliffs, there may be a flat or gently sloping platform covered by rock debris derived from the sea cliff. Behind such platforms, occurring at elevation above the average height of waves, is called wave cut terrace. Next, offshore bar. A ridge of sand and shingle formed in the sea in the offshore zone, lying approximately parallel to the coast, is called an offshore bar. Next, parallel retreat of slope through back wasting. Once pediments are formed with a steep wash slope followed by cliff or free face above it, the steep wash slope and free face retreat backwards. This method or erosion is termed as parallel retreat of slopes through back wasting. Next, pediments. Gentle inclined through floors close to mountains at their foot, with or without a thin cover of debris, are called pediments. Next, pediplanes. Through parallel retreat of slopes, the pediments extend backwards at the expense of mountain front, and gradually the mountain gets reduced, leaving an Inselberg, which is a remnant of the mountain. These low featureless plains are called pedeplains. Next, Playas plains. These are by far the most prominent landforms in the deserts. In basins with mountains and hills around the along in basins with mountains and hills around and along, the drainage is towards the center of the basin, and due to gradual deposition of the sediment from basin margins, a nearly level plains form at the center of the basin. In times of sufficient water, this plain is covered up by a shallow water body. Such types of shallow lakes are called as playas, where water is retained only for short duration due to evaporation, and quite often the playas contain good deposition of salts. Alkali flat the alkali flats. The playa plain covered up by salts is called alkali flat. Next, deflation hollows. Deflation hollows and caves withered mantle from over the rocks or bare soil gets blown out by persistent movement of wind currents in one direction. This process may create shallow depressions called deflection hollows. Next, caves. Deflection also creates numerous small pits and cavities over rock surface. The rock faces suffer impact and abrasion of wind-borne sand, and first shallow depression called blowout are created, and some of the blowouts become deeper and wider fit to be called caves. Next, tunnels. Caves having opening at both the ends are called tunnels. Next, glacier. Masses of ice moving as sheets over the land or as liner flows down the slope or mountains in broad trough-like valleys are called glacier. Next, fjords. Very deep glacial trough filled with sea water and making up shorelines are called fjords. Next, dam lakes. A lake of water can be seen quite often within the cirques after the glacier disappears. Such lakes are called cirque or tarn lakes. Here chapter 7 is completed. Thank you.